they the neck was using the signet there, so he's building a lot of focus. Okay. So he's putting all his conditions onto one person. He's also got the utilities to change all boons into conditions. So Grotch is got so many conditions on him, he can't get rid of them fast enough. So he's having real problems. He's also got speed from Spectral Walk as well. So he's got a lot of mobility around the map. So they were just running around the map really, really fast. They got Hawk as the Ranger, as the thief as well, getting around, and they've got Bowler Hat, who's really, really fast, and the Warrior can get around as well, and Gruntle's got stuff. So they've got a lot of mobility. So that's probably what helped them a lot in that match. So I'm just going to update this very quickly. Okay.
So, taking a look at Team FroG spec, they're still running their dual Warrior, dual Engineer, and one Guardian. But it looks like Floppy is going to be running a different Guardian spec, Engineer spec. I do apologize for my noobness there. It looks like he's going to be using Short Fuse, which recharges the bombs and grenades, which is very, very useful. Looks like Incinerate Powder as well, which is critical hits and inflict burning damage, which is just burning is just so powerful right now. Bombs and mines also have a larger radius explosion, and it looks like he's using a condition damage amulet. So he is probably running a more condition focused. He does have Sticky Shoes, which is just a great utility spell, and he's also running Flamethrower as well as the Supply Crate. So he's really focusing on a lot of condition damage and a lot of just kind of annoyance burst with his bomb kit as well. And we all, of course, he does have a lot of really great utilities in his F1 through F4 skills, which is just also very, very useful. I think that what we're going to see here, as far as how the teams are going to play out, we're probably going to see at least one of the engineers on the Trebuchet, because that's going to play kind of a key role here. We're probably going to see the Elementalist or the Necromancer, possibly the Thief for Team go on to the Trebuchet, because I don't think that the Elementalist is going to play a big role as they played in the last matchup. I think the Necromancer is going to be one of the key components here because of that condition damage and just the amount of condition damage you can spread all over the team. It would just be really interesting to see how well that both teams are able to actually do anything. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I was just looking at the engineer spec there. It's quite interesting. Using bombs in that kind of setup that he's got, especially with condition damage, isn't as good as using grenades. So, in my opinion, probably a good idea to maybe, and because he's actually going down quite heavily on the points, it would probably be a better idea for him to try and use grenades. But he's using bombs because he's mainly on the points. So, condition damage.
Yeah.
I've actually gone for more of a power-based engineered bunker spec, which is very good and very powerful, but he's a mixture, so he's going for those bombs and that condition damage, and there is a lot of condition damage to be had on the bombs as well, but not as much as I say with potentially grenades. But he does have also that flamethrower, as you said, burning, very, very fun at the moment to initiate. Slick Shoes is also very, very useful for getting away and also keeping people down on the point, just putting out that kind of black oily stuff behind him, and it blinds people and knocks them down. It's a royal pain in the ass to get over, actually, so you've got to have a lot of stability when you're running around that, so it's good, and he can keep people busy as well, like he's been doing throughout the matches. So we are going to give away this code now, guys. Basically, I'm going to update. So, the couple of people who's just come in, you've unfortunately missed the chance. If you followed, then very, very good. I'm going to roll the dice in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, someone who has won these gems is.
So who is named
I'm just going to put it in chat. Because it's easier. Voragoombra.
Yeah, that's right. Voragoombra
is indeed getting the 800 gems. I'm going to message him that code right now. It is only fair that I do that for him. So congratulations to him on winning his code. All he had to do was follow the channel and to be here. So out of 26, 27 viewers that we have tonight, he has indeed done the easiest thing of his day and won himself some gems there. So very well to him. He will be very happy, I'm sure, when he finds out. Right, so basically that's what happens, guys. You've just got to follow the channel. And I will send you codes pretty much straight away. That's him happy and done. So we're just going to do this. Just going to ask the guys to ready up. And we're going to start this next match. We can probably go over it very, very quickly. This is apparently you're quite a fan of this map, aren't you?
Yeah, Battle of Kylo is one of my favorite maps because we got the two trebuchets that can pretty much grab any points that they are able to hit. Provide a lot of knockdown support, a lot of heavy damage support, but keep in mind that players can dodge the meteorites coming at them at very high velocity and speeds. And we also do have the repair kits that repair the trebuchets, but not a lot of teams go for them after the trebuchet is destroyed. It's generally... I mean, you generally just want to leave it alone and say, okay, our trebuchet is dead. Now, if the opportunity arises, great. But a lot of teams really try and focus on decapping the other team's point because this map is a lot smaller than any other maps that we've played on so far. Mm-hmm. So I think that, again, mobility is just always such a key in Guild Wars 2, and I think that FroG is going to have a little bit of difficulty once again.
You're right.
I was hiccuping at the same time. I'm good.
Awesome. Yeah, I think what you're saying is there's different ways of acting on this map, and there's different ways of actually following around and using the treb and using other different bits and pieces. They can prove beneficial. If you're going to use the treb, then you want to make sure that you're covering points accurately and you're actually doing quite well. Someone just sent me a message of how to say the name. It's Vorago Umbra. Vorago Umbra, or whatever. Okay, he's got 800 gems. He doesn't care how I say his name. He doesn't care. Okay, we do actually have an AFK at the moment. Sorry, just writing in chat. So in chat, please, if you want to let me know how you think this match is going to go. Not sure myself. I mean, FroG... really, they had a lot of trouble in that last match. They never got regrouped, as far as I remember, really.
No, they didn't. I mean, it was just complete dominance on Team's part. I mean, they were just able to completely spread FroG out and just go or everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So I really think that we are going to see Team possibly take another game off of Team FroG's belt. But, anything can really happen in this map because of the trebuchets. They do play a really kind of key factor. And I think that we are going to see Hawk probably take the trebuchet first and then see what the other what FroG's reaction is to that. If they're going to actually take the trebuchet themselves or just send someone to try and kill the trebuchet and ignore Hawk, which is a smart idea. Most teams are going to kill the trebuchet till it's at like 5% life. And then leave it, and then kill it when they want to, because killing trebuchet also gives you points. So that can be a point contender, and the repair kit does not repair it unless it's completely killed. So we can see that take a key factor as well. But I don't think that FroG is going to be able to use their system that they've been using over the last two games now to try and kind of take over what Team's been doing, which is just completely... break them up, because I mean, keep in mind most of their classes are just like high burst classes, which is they're two warriors which are going to have some really, really good burst with them with that hammer and with the longbow. So, but they don't have a lot of abilities that can get them across the map quickly. They don't have a lot of abilities that can increase their mobility. The ones that they do use are going to use their important cooldowns, and they don't want to do that. So they kind of have to walk in either combat speed or just normal non-combat speed, which isn't going to get you across the map very far. Meanwhile, we do have Henry, which has Spectral Walk, which gives him a huge ton of swiftness, which is just ridiculous. And we also have Boulder Hat, which is an Elementalist, which is, I mean, they can go anywhere they want to. We do have Hawkeye, which is a Thief, which has the Infiltrator's Error, which allows him to teleport. He also has his withdrawal, which is a very, very good space closer as well as space provider. Withdrawal, probably one of my favorite thief skills of all time. Just a great heal. And we do have the other two classes, which are going to be Princess Dom as well as Get Gruntled, which they don't have a lot of gap closers, but we are going to see them just be able to stick on one point and stay there when they need to. So I think that Team is a little bit better prepared for the larger mobility maps, and I think that FroG is just a little bit less prepared on maps that do give them an advantage of mobility because they're not taking it to their advantage. So, I mean, I'd really like to see someone use a Mesmer because Mesmers are awesome and just so fun to play. So we're going to get started.
That was good timing there. Well done. Good luck. Good luck. I don't know what BLHF. Bad luck, have fun. Called on map. So basically, we are going to get going in this match. We see the splits, which I'm just going to come out to now, guys. We do see that the engineer from Blue has just jumped onto the Treb there, and no one jumping onto the Treb from Team at the moment. But it does look like Blue just going to the mid, got 2-on-1 versus the Guardian. Just going to have a look at the mansion fight at the moment. Princess Dom and Hawk are going straight on, being very, very offensive like they were before. And Grotch has actually moved, the bunkers actually moved back to mansion. So they're actually using that initiative now and supporting on the points, which is going to be very essential if they want to survive these fights, mate.
Yeah, I mean, the right now the Elementalist is going to take out the Trebuchet for Team and going to force the Engineer from FroG to actually go and try and decap the Windmill. So there's no one there, so he's going to be able to get a free decap there, possibly an all-out cap there. But the Mansion, kind of one of the key points of contention here, we do see Fan actually go down, trying to get rallied there. Nice fear there onto Grouchaton. Very, very nice job. Hawk going to actually pop that Whirlwind and try and DPS him down. Wonderful job there by Henry, fearing at the very last second, and just wonderful plays.
Yeah, it was really good. He also put the pressure on with Torment just before he went down now, unfortunately. So he's put Torment on. He's actually put Fear on as well at the same time. So he got no choice but to move and actually get that extra damage. So you're going to see everyone from Team kind of rotate round to mid or back to their close, probably to mid just because it's closer. So you've got 2-on-2 at the moment. Floppy has just gone down. Cal coming down now. He just did get that knockback there, so he's trying to get Floppy up as soon as he can. Big knockback there as well. Oh, Gruntle just get knocked down by that bomb. Knockback from the downed Floppy there. They actually did get him back up, so we've got a bit of a team fight going down. Big bombs down in the mid is going to knock a couple of people back. Not too much, really, as we get some stability up on the point. Did you see the fight in the middle is quite even. Floppy did go down there. You can see maybe some stability going down. Get Gruntle, who's going to get this down. Get Gruntle, did get stealth there, so he's going to get red. He is indeed back up as Floppy just went down on the point there. Oh, we got a very exciting team fight going down at mid, but Team are indeed taking them down one by one as Arco goes down as well in the mid.
Great plays by Team. We do see Get Gruntle just sitting there happily with all those dead bodies around him, and he's going to be able to try and he is going to be able to cap this midpoint. While we do see the Windmill being a nice point of contention here, unfortunately Grouchatron going down here to Hawks, which he's going to be affected by Wave of Light, but he's going to be able to go down here, event jump out. And we do see Princess Dom being pushed back by 3 members of FroG right now, saying, get out of our close point, this is ours. But right now, is it going to be a 2-cap for Team as they take their Windmill?
See, FroG did actually do well there. Grotch went too far. Whether or not he would have benefited more from getting a bit of support would have been nice, but everyone from Team kind of rotated to mid and back to the close, so the close was open, so they could get the contest and they could actually keep it kind of even. So the points, even though I got 2 cap for red, is fairly there isn't much separating them. We do have 30 points, so FroG doing well to come back. Floppy going down very consistently in these mid fights. Maybe needs to think about trying to go rather than getting on the midpoint, trying to maybe just rotate round to the other points on the map, maybe put a bit of pressure on Windmill, which is what Kyle is currently doing as he's against Hawk on this point. Just going to go down and watch in Kyle's kind of perspective. See, if it gets his elite down, it's very, very, very painful for a thief to put up with, especially with the bomb kit as well with Kyle. The thief getting in there, especially if he puts down vulnerability and burning, the AoE is really horrible for a thief to contend. We've still got a lot of CC down as well, so this is going to be an interesting little fight actually.
Well, right now, as we actually take a look at how the big bomb actually going to be dodged here by Hawk, nice job there. One thing that was really, really key in that factor is that Hawk is running Sword, which allows him to steal boons from the enemy, which is just very, 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 very good against an engineer who relies on that stability, on that protection, on the regeneration that he does. Taking a look at Grouchitron into the mid here, he's actually going to be pushed back here. Going to have that cooldown for his heal at about 4 seconds still, and we do see him trying to gear up here onto Get Gruntled here. He's going to be trying and doing a nice Sanctuary onto Get Gruntled. Very, very nicely done here. He does have that Empower still, but unfortunately we do see Henry here as well. Going to be able to fear him out of the way, get some nice poison damage and condition damage. Just a lot of damage being dealt to by Henry. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do much, and it looks like Grouchitron is forced to back away here. Doesn't have any of his shouts up on cooldown, and that is going to be a possible death here. Here comes the rally by 2 members of FroG. FroG doing an excellent job of keeping their team up there. We do see Floppy go down once again. Floppy just not having a good game right now. We do see the Elementalist popped here by Bowlerhat. Bowlerhat doing a great job at focusing fire down some of the targets that he does need to focus fire. Unfortunately, the Elemental does go down here very, very quickly here. Good job by Team FroG actually taking that off there. He's going to switch over to his Water Attunement, try and get some healing off onto the other team there. Dragon Breath is going to be popped here, and another stomp out here onto Grouchitron. Team, just such dominating control right now, Jebro. What can FroG do to get back?
I don't know. They did very well. The engineer actually moved from FroG to the far point. Is actually then rotated to mid to get the clock tower as well. So he's moved to mid. He's got the congestion, but he hasn't actually kept the other points. So potentially at this moment, even though he's contested, the points are just staying contested. I think he's just trying to get a point which is closer to their home point because everyone's dead. So he needs some support from somewhere. Kyle just did get in there. They are in a 2-on-1 situation, but team are going to start flooding into this point. Engineer gets down his elite as well, which is very important as they're going to start to get really nailed here. Kyle's actually going to bail fully. He's doing very well to actually keep out of these fights and to keep focusing. Look, he's on his way back to Windmill. At the moment, Kyle is saving these guys from a crushing defeat. He's pretty much the reason these guys are still in it.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that right now. Grouchitron popping Wave of Light there. Unfortunately, not going to be the case there. There goes that stomp off here onto Grouchitron. The Thorns coming up and wrapping him in a prickly death. We are going to see Fan try and disengage here, as well as Hawk pops his Whirlwind. Not going to be the case there. Very, very kind of intently on killing. Basilisk Venom also does pop and petrifies Fan. Fan, unfortunately, taking a lot of damage from Hawk. Hawk using that sword to steal all those boons from his enemy there and give them to himself, which is just a huge advantage there. We are going to see, it looks like Princess Dom coming up here onto the the Windmill, wrong map. And unfortunately, we are going to see Kale actually go down here very, very quickly here. Going to do some nice dodging there, and we're going to pop his heal as well. And it's just not going well for Team FroG right now.
It really isn't. Unfortunately, the only point they've got, they're not supporting the point. So they're not supporting the only player who's actually getting the points that they've actually got on the map. And Princess Dom is going to recap, I believe, by the time that Grouch can get in there. Just going to have a look. He hasn't.
Close.
So Grouch did get in there quite well. Used that sword to just get into on his target, which is really, really good on these longer range maps. He might be able to... whoa, Kyle just get... wow. There's a lot of damage down him. The warrior didn't pop stability there. So, it's a bit of an error, but he's still got a lot of... there's so much CC.
Go down. So much damage from Team right now. What a great play by... I believe that was Bowler Hat that actually was able to just completely control the fight. Wonderful job there. Jebro, I think that this fight and this map right now is in complete favor of Team, and I don't think FroG is going to be able to come back from this, and we're going to have to go on to Game 3 to see if they can come back from a very, very deficit losing streak right now.
It will be indeed Game 4. Fortunately for us, as it's we're going to Temple next. It's going to be the fourth match because I know at the moment it doesn't feel like FroG actually won that first game. It does feel like Team won the first two, so it does feel like this is the second game just because they've dominated FroG so much. I mean, they learnt so much from that first match. We haven't seen any of the mistakes they made in the first one. FroG are making all the mistakes now. They're not supporting each other. They're not spreading around the map. They've not got the DPS to take these guys down. The two engineers which are running similar specs isn't doing them any favours at the moment. These specs are not meant for pure damage. They need some damage to get on these targets. The warrior's got damage. He hasn't got that much. The other warrior's not got that much damage either. So it's very, very difficult for them at the moment to actually get. They've got a lot of CC, but they're not getting the damage down. They're just not getting that single target down.
No, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, Floppy just going down once again so quickly. I don't think that Floppy spec is. I mean, if we take a look at Floppy spec here real quick, he's running Nightmare, which obviously Floppy is definitely focusing on that huge condition burst, that condition damage, the burning damage, but it's not enough to contend with what Team is doing. He comes in, spreads the condition damage, but it seems like Gruntled is always there to remove all the condition damage from his team almost instantly. And you know, if we take a look at Henry's just doing a great job at also just spreading all that condition damage around to the other team. And it just I feel that during team fights, they always focus fire Grouch a ton, and he's always out of the fight, and he can't remove conditions from his team.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're getting him down so damn fast. It's like it's just awesome how well they're doing. I mean, he's not even in like some of these mid fights that are going on, and they're still just getting the damage down on him as well. We are moving now on to Temple. Just going to quickly go back to the stream. We are going to give a gem code away after this game here, so it's best of 5.